So I kind of want to take a look at this today. This is the all-time passing yards for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're going to look at the all-time records overall-wise and see which ones we can and cannot beat this year. So starting off right away, this year, Joe Burrow, if he gets over 900 and some odd change yards, actually no, that's 1,000 and math, 1,050 I want to say. 1,050 yards, he will overtake Jeff Blake for the fifth most passing yards in Bengals history. So Joe has a chance to be a top 5 passer in Bengals history if he can get over 1,050 yards this upcoming season. Now, touchdown-wise, he's not going to be able to overtake Carson Palmer. I mean, he would need 57 touchdowns. And while I do think it's possible, it is very unlikely for him to hit 57 touchdowns. I think the most touchdowns in a single season was Peyton Manning, and I believe Peyton Manning hit it with 55. So I don't think we're going to get 57, but anything's possible. So that's the first record that Joe could technically beat. It's going to be he needs the yards, and he can't get the touchdowns, but he can get the yards and become top 5. Now, the problem with rushing is the fact that we kind of have brand new running backs. Chase Brown, didn't play much last year and they had like 100 some odd yards rushing. And obviously Zach Moss did not play for us. So there isn't really any rushing goals we're going to hit when it comes to career, at least when it comes to single season. Is it possible that Zach Moss or Chase Brown has 1,458 yards? Yes. That is the record they need to beat and have the most rushing yards of all time for us. And 15 rushing touchdowns would be the most, and that would beat out Ickey Woods. So, is it possible? Absolutely. I'm right now predicting that Chase Brown will have around 950 rushing yards this year. And I think Zach Moss is going to have right around 650 to 700. But that would not put them inside of any range right here. If, for example, he did have 950, like I just said, and that's correct, he would mark in at 28th, right where Rudy Johnson is right here. And again, actually, no, 29th, right where James Brooks is, which, again, wouldn't really be that crazy spectacular. So, rushing-wise, because we didn't bring back Joe Mixon, we're not going to be able to, in theory, break any records there or do anything crazy there. But what we can do is receiving. Now, receiving, Jamar Chase is currently sitting at 3,717 yards. T. Higgins is sitting at 3,684 yards. So, both of these guys this season, if they have 1,000-yard seasons, which is very possible, could easily go ahead and overtake Tim McGee here. McGee, overtake him, and both of them could be number 9 and number 10 when it comes to Cincinnati Bengals all-time receiving yards. So they can actually overtake that. They're still going to have another season or two to overtake TJ Houshmandzadeh, Tyler Boyd, and Scott, but they can actually get themselves inside the top 10 at least. One of them inside the top 10. One of them at number 11. But Jamar Chase, T. Higgins could take a huge step forward here. Trenton Irwin, where are you on this list? Do not tell me you... Okay, hold up. I'm going to have to search this because I think he's all the way at the bottom. Okay, Trenton Irwin's at 75. So... Trenton Irwin could, if he had himself a really good season, let's say he had like 500 yards, which I think is realistically possible, he could go from number 75 to number 50. Isn't that big? I mean, that's a 25 plus, number increase right there. That could work out pretty well. All right, touchdowns. Jamar Chase currently sitting at number 12, Tyler Boyd at number 11, and T at number 15. So, realistically speaking, I mean, Jamar could have 16 touchdowns this year. I know that's a lot, but let's say ballpark range here, I'll give him 11. That's 40. that would put him inside of the top 6 if he had 11 touchdowns. If T had 11 touchdowns, he's be inside the top 10 for touchdowns for Bengals for the whole receiving record here. So he would be a top 10 touchdown receiver for the Bengals, and then Jamar Chase would be top 6. And keep in mind, this might be the last season with T, so if, this might be his last chance to kind of get up there on the Bengals record books here. So, okay. What else do we have? Returns, not really interested. Kicker, I am. Money Mac, obviously, is our best kicker so far of all time. But he is not the most accurate kicker of all time. And I'm not counting these guys because they didn't really kick that many field goals. I'm starting it at Shane Graham here, who has the most field goal kicked for us. 177 field goals made out of 204 attempted. This is more or less where I would count it and start it at. And right now, Money Mac is sitting around 2.9% less than Shane Graham. Now, my math is not the greatest, but can he hit that mark? Can he go up 3 point? I don't think he can go up 3%. He might be able to go like 1.5%. But that would be what he would need to do here. Field goal attempt, field goals made, field goal percentage. So the most field goals made is Money Mac right now. He has the most field goals made. The most field goals made, 40 to 50 plus, by the way, is Money Mac, which is amazing. By the way, that's where you get paid and you win your money. Now, for 40 to 49 yards, he currently sits at 23, which he would have to hit 30 of them this season to tie Mike Nugent for the most for the Bengals in history. Right now, Money Mac sits at 18 for 30 to 39, which is crazy. He's never missed one from 30 to 39. That's insane. But he would need a crap ton to hit Jim Breach. And then 20 to 29, he's currently sitting at 15. So yeah, Money Mac's probably not going to break anything this year, other than maybe field goal percentage, upping that a tad bit. That could help out. Let's go to defense. So the most sacks by a player in Bengals history was Eddie Edwards, then it's Carlos Dunlap, then it's Geno Atkins. But Trey Hendrickson is sitting at 10, and Sam Hubbard is sitting at currently number 11. Wow. Okay. And I don't think that anybody else on this defensive line is going to break those records for sacks, but listen, Trey Hendrickson could have another 16 sack season. It's possible. I would love to see him break the record, though, to be honest, and that would be absolutely amazing. But let's say he did have a 16 sack season. He would go up to 55.5 sacks, which would put him inside the top 6. And Sam Hubbard probably not going to hit 16.5 sacks. I would probably say rough estimate 9 sacks. And if he did hit 9 sacks, he would probably be put within the top 7. So we could get these guys within the top 10, both of them. It's very possible this year they both get inside the top 10. Most interceptions is the snake, Ken Riley. Love him. Hall of Famer, by the way. Where is our more recent guys? So, wait, where's Mike Hilton? Jesse Bates. I miss him so much, man. Let me go ahead and... Alright, so Cam Taylor-Britt. Okay, I'm going to have to do this. Because sometimes I'm blind. Alright, Mike Hilton's at 55. Ugh, he's at 5 interceptions. You're not going to get I'll admit, you're not going to get 60 interceptions this year, Mike. So you're not going to break that. But you could have a really good season and put yourself at least inside the top 30, which is possible. Cam Taylor-Britt currently sitting at 69. Nice. Yeah, I don't think we're going to break interceptions records this year or become top 10. Again, when I say break records, I mean become top 10. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't think we're going to become top 10 on interception records, in all honesty. Touchdowns. Ooh, yeah. Probably not touchdowns either. All right, how about most quarterback hits? Ooh, okay. So Sam Hubbard and Trey Hendrickson are right outside that top 100. Oh, I mean, I guess Sam Hubbard really is outside the 100. Trey Hendrickson at 76. But Hubbard could get inside the top 3 this year if he has enough quarterback hits. Probably Trey's not going to, but Trey could get inside the top 5. That's very possible. Solos. Yeah, probably not going to be for solo tackles. Combined tackles is not counting. Yeah, so interesting. Let's go to... I know it doesn't do single season for defense. That kind of sucks. Anyway, though, I think we can hit some of these marks. It could be difficult, though. I'll definitely say that. Some of them easier than others, obviously, but... So, force a fumble, and then it's a fumble. Number of times force a fumble by opposite, recovered by either team. So, right now, Hubbard's at 9. He could easily hit become the second best in Bengals history. Hubbard, and I meant to say Trey Hendrickson, by the way, not Hubbard. Trey could do that, not Hubbard. Hubbard's sitting at number 5, at 5 here so far. So, he could go up inside the top 10 if he had a really good season. So, I don't know. I just wanted to take a look at this today because, again, like I said, I like to kind of see these all-time records and see where our guys are sitting at currently. But we have some records we can break this year. So let's keep going. Who they? Who they out?